74 million. Okay, so this is where we are, right, in our country. This is how close it is. Now, if you look at the numbers, and these are just approximate numbers. They're not. This is the numbers that I got from out of the from the statisticians that did the exit polls, and they're broken down in different demographics and different groups. But for the most part, that's it. Approximately. All right? That's it. That's the difference between this number here, 4 million, is the difference between a dictatorship and a democracy. That's it. 4 million votes. Okay? Now, let me show you the true dictator. Let me get out the way here. Okay? You see yourself? That's the dictator. You know, not Donald Trump. Okay? Not Mussolini. Not Hitler. Not Lee Kuan. You know what I'm saying? None of those people are the dictators. Here's the dictator right here. Right here. It's your neighbor. It's, the friend that, tells the black friend that tells you that there ain't going to be no change. Or is motivated by their own greed. Here's the dictator. Okay? Not some man, some puppet that spoke what these 70 million people were feeling. Right here. Okay? People have to come to grips with that. You cannot come. We as a country are not going to be able to move past anything. We're not going to be able to heal nothing. 57% white voted here. More black men, about 20 to 30% voted here too. Okay. The same demographics that I talked about in the beginning of my videos. Excuse me, let me get my CNI glasses. I'm sorry. Hold on a second. Far-seeing glasses. I'm sorry. My far-seeing glasses. 57. That's just white folk right there. Okay. And then white women voted for Trump at the same level as they did Mitt Romney and Donald Trump in 2016. Black woman higher too. I think it was 16% where they were at like 10 or 12 or a low teen percent. My daughter told me that Donald Trump is hood. That's why this probably went up. Because some 30% of us black men are not only still slaves, but all they care about is, you know what I mean, what I was talking to you right here. You see what I'm saying? That 30% could be representative of rich black folk. You know what I mean? No taxes on their money, that kind of thing, greed, whatever. So, yeah, this, your dictator is right in here. All of these demographics, the black, 30% black folks, 60% white women. Let's put it, you know what? Let's put that in red. White women, white women, boom. Higher, same amount. There was no change. What the change was, and that's including all of them, and then your 4 million, the opens that space between the dictatorship in there, and then the rest of us. And don't get it twisted. When I see black folks burning other black folks' business and, you know what I mean, killing each other and stuff like that, it's only a small margin for me to go from here to here. And believe me, it was small. You know what I mean? But I had to capture myself. Because you can get caught up in this madness. You have to capture yourself and say to yourself, wait a minute, I'm a thinker. So I couldn't vote with this down here. You know what I mean? I had to vote my thinking man's consciousness. A lot of people throw all that away to allow a dictator, right? To say, here, I'll take care of it. You know what I mean? I don't want to pay high taxes. I don't want to have to deal with a black man, you know, if I don't want to. I'm a white person that lives in a black neighborhood, and I have a Biden sign out, but I went and voted for Trump. That's what happened. Don't think it didn't. See, because you won't know. You don't know, except if you look at the numbers. Now you know that our country, for all intents and purposes, has a mindset that it can't get over. There are slaves still, okay? There are white supremacists still. And to be honest with you, when you're talking about minorities, these numbers could be like half the population. The only reason why we avoided a dictatorship is because there was more people with a stronger sense of consciousness than there were not. But don't get it twisted. That's a razor thin margin of lack of consciousness, of lack of morality. We as a people have our own agendas when it comes to living life. You can look over in Russia and look at a dictatorship, and then people live pretty good. You know, got a pretty good house. Don't have to really watch the government because you got one guy who's controlling it all for years and years and years. And so I have to really think about, you know what I mean, who I should have in power. Are they still following mandates that they said that they would do? Or is the policies, you know, indicative to my age and group level and all of those things? Because most people in Russia are, you know, white and, you know what I mean, whatever religion they have over there. I don't profess to know that. But you understand what I'm saying? So basically, they don't have to really think about much. The one opposition dude they tried to poison there, you know what I'm saying? All but got silenced for months because he's in a coma. You know what I'm saying? So they're saying, I don't need to go through that. Besides, I'm living okay. You know, I ain't dying. I got some food on the table. What the hell? Why do I don't need to get involved in politics. Let Putin handle it. You see what I'm saying? And 4 million. The only difference between that happening is 4 million people saying, "Oh, you know what?" And so here's the thing: if this demographic doesn't change here and here, that 4 million, all you have to do is get like 2 million of this number for this person to win. Really, so it's not actually the 4 million we're talking about. We're actually only talking about half of these people. Oh, that's all they have. Because once these two are basically tied, that little bit of number, that 2 million, it could be, you know what I mean, a runoff, a recount. There's come some people, and then you got this whole big mess, and next thing you know, you say, hey, you know what, just let Trump have it. Because he's the incumbent, right? Why elect somebody different? But it was big enough that we could say no to that. And we need to talk to our fellow Americans and say to them, the black man, look, you know what I mean? You need to think about this. And you need to talk to other white folks need to talk to each other and say, maybe I am still a damn racist because my agenda is still the same as it was when this fool got in 2016. We're not really delving into the meat and potatoes of what motivates each of us. We're not getting into the meat and potatoes of what we should really be thinking about when it comes to running our democracy, when it comes to living with each other. We're not thinking about being symbiosis. We're only thinking about our selfishness, or we're only thinking about holding on to power, which is what I talked about before, that they weren't going to give up power. And the numbers have bared me out. And I talked about this months and months ago before the experts jumped on it. The few subscribers that I have know that I've already talked about this. Loving our country has to be more than loving my station in life. It has to be loving equality. It has to be loving giving another person a chance. It has to be loving allowing somebody else to have power. And I can step back and, have a little bit less. Have a little bit less in my life so that somebody else can have a little bit more. But that's a hard pill to swallow for anybody, let alone those who have power. Dictatorship coming up, third part. I'll see you later.